An empowered committee of the Ministry of Defence has recommended including the private sector to bolster capacities of Defence Public Sector Undertakings to produce more fighter jets quickly. This comes just 3 days after the Indian Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh, flagged the need for making 35 to 40 jets every year to tide over the crisis the force is facing or could face with further depletion of the fleet after 2029-2030. Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh presented the report of the Empowered Committee for Capability Enhancement of the Indian Air Force to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The ministry said the committee had identified key thrust areas and also made recommendations for implementation in the short, medium and long term to achieve the desired capability enhancement goals of the LAF in an optimal manner. The Defence Minister has also directed that the recommendations should be followed up in a time-bound manner. The Minister has tasked the high-powered committee with suggesting a way forward on sluggish production of fighter jets. Aditya Vadhavan is joining us for more details on this story. Aditya, what efforts now will be made after this issue was flagged to the Defence Ministry of not enough jets for our forces?
Well, Uday, if you see, what has happened, that India has in the past taken some fighter jets from countries like France and US, let us just remind the viewers that when, Prime Minister Narendra Modi went to US, several F-35 deal regarding F-35 was inked between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump. And also India has been, buying Rafale aircraft from France in the past, So now, as far as this panel empowered committee of the Ministry of Defence has recommended that it calls for involving private sector to speed up fighter jet production. This means India is headed towards manufacturing their own aircraft, or country-made aircraft. This is an impetus. There will be an impetus in the production of fighter jets, because India shares a long border with two adversary countries like China and Pakistan. So it is very essential that India also produces its own fighter jets. Also importing is one option, buying fighter jets from other countries like US and other European countries is a very good option. But at the same time, the capacity to produce next generation fighter jets is the need of the hour, and the central government and the Ministry of Defence, this committee of the Ministry of Defence is working in that regard. Yes, Uday.
All right, Aditya, stay with us. In fact, Group Captain V.N. Jha, former Indian Air Force officer, is also joining us now live. Dr. Jha, how important is this, need, to increase capacity as flagged by none less than the Indian Air Force Chief? And what do you make of this committee's report in that direction?
Well, it was long overdue. What the need of the hour is that the Indian Air Force needs more of the squadrons of indigenous LCA. Almost nearly 180 odd aircraft contract has been signed with HAL. I must tell you, this private sector involvement had been a touchy subject, sensitive subject, with the previous governments. I know I was in the DRDO way back in 2009. We had signed one PPP contract, that is the private public participation with one of the leading agency in nation, and we worked quite well with this. And thereafter, government thought, especially the Ministry of Defence, thought that more such PPP model could be signed, where private agencies are involved into the design development. We had worked with the design development, but the similar thing can be worked out for the manufacturing of the aircraft also. The aircraft which is already, the design is frozen, it is already certified. So LCA is right now certified in the FOC model, and LCA Mark 1 as well as Mark 1A are being produced today. What Air Marshal AP Singh had mentioned, that the turnover from the HAL is rather slow. When we had started, with the HAL in the initial induction of Mark one aircraft in the IOC, initial operational configuration. That time production capability was nearly 4 aircraft per year. But then Modi government had worked out with many others, helped HAL to sign the private agencies as well, maybe semi-private agency as well. And today, as on today, the aircraft acquisition number is about 15 to 18 aircraft per year, but that is not sufficient. 180 aircraft is to be inducted. Air Force is running short of the squadrons. So as fast this aircraft can be produced by the private agencies, that will be desirable. It is right in the right earnest that Government of India has worked out with the HL and the other capable aircraft agencies, private aircraft agency, who can manufacture either the airframe or the avionics. Engine, of course, has to come from USA, and that is where right now this month itself, one team of HL will be going to USA to work out the 414 engine, which can be configured to the 404 also, which is right now in the LCA aircraft. So all these things are going on, and I'm sure with the government willing, with the private agency willing, and HL in the acute or rather the dire need of someone boosting up the production, this will be worked out in no time at all. Yes, we are looking forward to getting about 30 to 40 aircraft per year. That would be desirable, and that should fill up the urgent need of the Indian Air Force as well. In the coming days, as and when other countries also acquire HL manufactured LCA aircraft, surely all these company private players will remain in business. No, that is one usually constraint with the private agency, that after the production is over, then what do we do? What do we do with the labor whom we have contracted? So such things are the one which usually private agencies are slightly concerned with. All those things I think can be looked after, and this is going to work out, and I welcome Government of India having gone for this option.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.